ॐ वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं. So there is one very important concept which is deeply connected with us when we think about our own spiritual life. Just to remind, we have started studying this Bhagavad Gita with one aim in our mind. Sri Krishna says to Arjuna, particular philosophy. We intellectually understand the philosophy, what does it mean? But here, we want to understand, or I want to understand for me, how these shlokas can make change in my own personal spiritual life. We are not here to become scholars. We are not here to pass an exam. We are not here to get appreciation or certification. But scriptures are here for what? The very purpose of scriptures is what? Tasmat Shastram Pramanam Te Karya Akarya Vyavasthito. Sri Krishna says. The very purpose of scripture is to tell you which is karya, which is akarya, where that which is beneficial to you to make you a better person in terms of realizing the truth, and that which is harmful to you. Secondly, we call it Shastra. Scriptures is called Shastra. What is Shastra? People have defined Shasana Trayate. When put into practice, that becomes beneficial to you. You memorize all 700 slokas. There is a good study, nothing wrong about it. But it is an informative, intellectual way of studying. How many shlokas Krishna spoke, how many shlokas Arjuna spoke, how many Sanjaya, how many Dhritarashtra. Good study. Study of Bhagavad Gita only. You came to know about it. 575 shlokas are told by Krishna. This piece of information, how is going to you get benefit? How it is going to make you a better person? So we study from spiritual perspective. What is the meaning of that for me as a sadhaka? That what angle we always need to remember, or rather I remember before I start the class. I am not here to prove to you any of my scholarship, no. I am not here to prove how many slokas I remember. No, I remember many, but that doesn't matter. I don't need to prove to you. Purpose is to co-learning together. When I am speaking, it is more beneficial to me than it could be beneficial to you. Because I am not only speaking, but while speaking I am thinking also. So this is sadhana for me. This is spiritual practice for me. So here, this sloka we studied last week. Na adatte kaschachit papam na chaiva sukritam. Vibhu. Vibhu is one who is all-pervading, omnipresent. Many words we use, many words we speak in our own mother tongue or in English. But we do not try to understand the significance of that word. We immediately read, God is omnipresent, God is everywhere. Tell me, anything which you think which is everywhere, Anything you think is everywhere. Space is everywhere. Within our earth orbit or system, air is everywhere. Maybe light is everywhere. So when we say omnipresent, omnipresent is that which is everywhere present. There is no place where that is not there. Actually speaking, that is very difficult even for us to imagine. Thing can be everywhere. I am not everywhere. I am sitting in one place. You are not everywhere. You are sitting on a particular chair. Even in the next chair you are not there. So what is there which is everywhere? And the more finer your presence is, you are more powerful. That's why omnipresent, immediately next will be omnipotent. That which is most powerful. Powerful is not always with the sword and guns and all that. No. It's a very gross representation of power. Think of that power. Power doesn't mean powerful person is a superior person to subjugate people or to control people. That's a very worldly, non-spiritual way of thinking powerful. Powerful is, for example, oxygen in the air is very powerful. Why? Because without which we cannot survive. So for our survival, that oxygen presence, without that we cannot survive. So it has got a power. Because without that we cannot live. Power from that point of view. Power from utility point of view is one thing. Powerful in terms of comparatively having more authority is one. So power, when we say, the more finer you are, the more powerful you are. Think, Bhagwan Buddha passed away 2500 years before. Still he is inspiring people. That is power. 2500 years. If you don't see me in 2.5 years, you forget. In 2500 years we remember him yet. So that power we are talking about. That which is final is more powerful. You keep a flower here, it occupies a place, space. Flower cannot be everywhere, but the fragrance of the flowers can be everywhere. So who is more powerful? Fragrance. Though fragrance comes from the flower, so flower becomes the cause, so it should be more powerful. So power, when we say, Shakti when we say, has many dimensions. We should not be thinking in a gross level. That's what I want to say. So, if God is everywhere, everywhere means God is outside me, inside me, everywhere. That God which is there in you and me could be as consciousness, could be as your sense of I. That God, if you define and remember from that point of view, then only you can understand this sloka. Not God who is a son of Dasharatha or son of Vasudeva and Devaki. Yes, that was the form of God. But here when we say the omnipresent one, that which is everywhere, it is not affected by the sin, it is not affected by the virtues of you. Before you sleep, you go to deep sleep. Does your deep sleep depends on whether you have eaten bitter gourd or you have eaten sweet? It's not affecting. So here says, the omnipresent neither accepts anybody's sin nor even virtue. Take one more example. How this omnipresent is detached with your good qualities and bad qualities. God is present in you now also. God will be present in you when you realize God. Whether you are in ignorance or you are in knowledge, the presence of God is anywhere there. To understand that God is presence and realize that is the knowledge. But your state of ignorance or knowledge, God's presence is not dependent on that. God is everywhere in any way. So, how it is? How it is possible that God is within me, who is not tainted by my vices? It doesn't get appreciated by my virtues. His presence is there. You light a bulb, electric lamp, cover with a metallic cover. The light doesn't go out. Light is there inside. But you put a cover of a glass, inside light goes out. Does the capacity of light to spread everywhere in the room, does its capacity is affected by iron cover or a glass cover? Potential light is there anyway. We take this another example. All of you have a television set at home. Does any one of us say, oh, I have a separate TV just to watch religious and spiritual things? I don't want my TV to get dirty by any other things. No, it's the same TV. You can hear a discourse or bhajan or religious things or spiritual things. In the same way, you want to see whatever you want to see. TV set is not affected by that. TV set doesn't know what you are showing because it is not affected by that. You watch a movie, continuous 1 hour, it's a running video of roaring ocean. 1 hour. Go closer and touch the screen. Is there any water? No. Next 1 hour you see the fire. Go and touch the screen. It is so hot because it was fire inside. No. As the screen is not affected by what you are projecting on the screen, in the same way, God is not affected by what is projected on you. Whether sins or virtues, vices or virtue, it doesn't affect God. Now God is not the, I am one, you are second and God is a third. No, God is not a third person. What you call yourself I, in a pure form, is God. That's why God is present in all of us. Now I say I am so and so. What is that so and so? Either you refer it to the body when you say I am tall, I am short, I am fat, I am thin, whatever. That you are talking about the body. Oh, I am intelligent, I am a doctorate, I am doctor, I am this, I am that. It's all about the intelligence and mind, intellect and mind. But the consciousness behind this mind, intellect and the body is not affected by this. That is the basis of your existence. Your basis of your existence is not your body. Even if a person dies, body is there in front but cannot move because there is no consciousness inside. So the basis of our existence is that consciousness. And what you call consciousness is what you call I. That I in a pure form. I in an impure form is, you know who am I? You know I am a monk, or you know I am so and so. That is, Sri Ramakrishna says, unripe, kachami. It is unripe I. When it is a ripe I, it starts becoming this positive identity initially. Oh, I am simple devotee. Oh, I am only a servant of God. Oh, I am devotee of God. That's fine. Then that identification also goes away. Only God remains. So, Vibhu, that all-pervading consciousness, that all-pervading God in me is not affected by my vices and virtues. It is detached. There is something which is called nature of the thing, something which is called qualities of the thing. Take milk, hot milk and cold milk. So the hot and cold is the quality of the milk, not the nature of the milk. Whiteness is the nature of the milk. Hot milk can become cold, cold milk can become hot. Qualities can change, nature cannot change. You say, no, when I put some masala, it becomes different. No, that color belongs to masala, not of the milk. The nature of the milk is that whiteness. Just like nature of the sun is to give light, nature of water is always cool. Qualities changes, not the nature. That one, why we say, is that omnipresent within me is unchangeable. There is no change in that. All external changes are there in the body, mind and intellect, not in the consciousness. But we are deluded by what? Deluded by ignorance. Ignorance of what? Ignorance about identifying oneself as that consciousness or Atman. Whenever we say ignorance, is ignorance about the self, not ignorance about the things of the world. Most of the things of the world I don't know. I don't know how to fly a plane. I do not know how air condition inside works. We are ignorant about most of the things. We are not talking about that ignorance. Whenever scripture says ajnana or ignorance, is ignorance about the self, ignorance about my real nature, ignorance about my real self. That is covered by ignorance. That knowledge is covered by ignorance. What is that ignorance? Too much identification with the body, mind and intellect. That's why in spiritual path you come, indirectly you will find all the teachings are what? To reduce your identification with the body, mind and intellect. First body, then mind, then intellect. That's why whenever it is become religious or spiritual something, the less importance is given to the body. The more spiritual you become simple in your presentation. Because your body consciousness is bit reduced. Not fully maybe. But you become aware, what's the point of doing this? So you become simpler. Your attention to the body goes. And in extreme cases, when identification with the body goes so low, that even he or she doesn't feel even pleasure and pain of the body, reading the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, Kathamrita, Sri Ramakrishna says, in that state, the body which is so dear to you is also forgotten. In one way, if you want to see, one way, in a very small fraction, we all have gone through that state where your bodily things become secondary, you forget, and that time everybody's life must come. You take interest in particular things so much that you forgot. Forgot means that did not bother you. Every day you take lunch at 12 o'clock. That day you are so busy in doing something that you forgot to take lunch. You say, no, that doesn't happen. It might not have happened to you. When you take deep interest in something, first thing which falls off is your bodily necessities. You become little, don't care about the body. Because that is the line by which you travel. Then about the mind. Sometimes people say, you didn't react? He behaves in such a way with you? I say, okay, what is that to behave? I am not hurt by his telling. Which once upon a time would have made me agitated. But the less you are affected, so your body, mind and intellect. You are more conscious, you are more aware about yourself. And this doesn't come in a day. You need to regularly think about it. Not that we have achieved it, no. But the path is this. Asupte hai till you sleep. Amrite hai till you die. Kalaha, time, nayet vedanta chintaya. Spend your time as much as possible in discriminating this, that I am the self, I am not the body, I am not the mind. And that scriptures will help. That's why many times we say to people, you have to start from somewhere. As you take 2-3 times a day food, at least start once in a day giving food to your mind. Something inspirational, something motivational, something which will make you think. Keep a small booklet. We keep so many booklets for free. Take one small booklet, keep in the pocket. Just read one teaching, no need to read one page also. And spend 5 minutes thinking about it. That is the food for your mind. In the modern time, what has happened? We provide food to the body, so body becomes healthy. But we don't provide food to the mind, so mind becomes weaker. That what is the main root behind this mental health? Now Singapore mental health is a very big issue. Why? Mental health doesn't mean you become lunatic or you become mad. Not from that point of view. You are very normal, but you are weak. One simple word can disturb you. One simple reaction from somebody disturbs you. Other day also I was telling to someone, I have to remain happy. Happy not in the worldly sense. I am not going to be disturbed with your presence or with your absence. If I deposit my happiness with you people, for example, unless you give me back my happiness, I am not happy. Why should I do that? My happiness is with me, with you or without you. It is not ego. Otherwise you can never be happy. Oh, I send a message to him, he doesn't reply. Oh, that day she came, she didn't even look at me. Many days happened, he didn't even call me. Or he doesn't visit me. So when he sent a message, I am happy. So my happiness depends on his reply, correct? Why should I depend on his reply? Because that is not in my hand. I am just giving an example. What is in my hand? My happiness should be in my hand. My happiness cannot depend on your reaction to me, because that is not in my hand. So I will be like a beggar sitting. When his reply will come, then only I can be happy. What slavery it is. My happiness is with me. And I am happy with what? I am happy with reading books, whatever is in my hand. So this idea has to be there. To be mentally and intellectually strong, you must go through some literature from where you get this energy, ideas, positivity. If you don't give this to your mind, you take food, so your body becomes good, but your mind becomes weaker and weaker. Sometimes people come and say silly things. Oh, that makes me so disturbed. Why you should be disturbed? His or her behavior is not in my hand. So why should I even care for me to be happy just because of his or her behavior towards me? You behave good, very good. You don't behave good, God bless you. I am not going to be disturbed by that. It happened once. I don't know whether I gave this example. Before coming to Singapore, I was in India in one center. Big temple. Evening time. In the temple in India, our temple, 100-150 people are every day there for attending evening prayers. Many centers. Many centers we don't have a place to sit. Every day, that many people come. So temple was practically full. Here comes a gentleman, and he was carrying a small baby. After coming, he let loose the baby in the temple. So child is a child. So child is roaming around everywhere in the temple where people are devotees are sitting and making a lot of noise. So I just told to the gentleman in a very gentle way, "Sir, can you please take the child out? It's disturbing to people." And he became angry on me. "How dare you tell me this? Children are form of God, this and that." And he told me so many things which I cannot tell you here. What they scolded me. I was standing like this and hearing his scolding. When he stopped, then I told him, "Are you done? Do I come to your home and disturb you? No. Why you come to my ashram and disturb? You visit. You are free to visit. You cannot come and disturb like that. You are disturbing the people. They don't come here to get disturbed by your child." Then I became a little strict and said, "Immediately take your child out and go out. I have to look after this also. I have sympathy for you, for your child. But this is the wrong time for your child to come and disturb because prayer is going on." That is not the issue. Incident is not important. Important is continuously went on molesting me. All kind of bad things he told me. Yeah, all kind of bad things. After so much happening, I don't remember his face till today. Because I'm not going to be disturbed by you. You are showing your nature to me. I'm not going to get disturbed by that. That day not, I was so much disturbed because he scolded me. No, not at all. He went and I also went and sang nice bhajans. That standpoint should come. We should have that standpoint within us. That is a nice way of telling. You must find a place in your heart. It's like a shell. Once you are inside the shell, nothing of this world should be able to disturb you. That is one way of concentration, etc. One of the disciples of Sri Ramakrishna used to say, when you sit for meditation, hang a board here, no admission, no outside thoughts are allowed to enter. It is just psychological treatment to yourself. Not allowed. Sometimes our children in voice of shouting or something. So I just put, hey, you don't know one thing. So he became something. You know, in this premises shouting not allowed, you know. Small boy. Oh, is it so? Okay, I don't shout. So tell your mind, when I am in the temple, no admission. No other thoughts can come to my mind. Thoughts will come from side. Because our nature of our mind. So idea is, whenever it is said that the Lord within us is not affected by your virtue and vices, that Lord is who? My real form is that my consciousness inside within me. That's how God is there. One day one young boy had joined, very simple boy. So every day after night dinner, one senior Swamiji will have a class with these newcomers. So I said, today you have a class? Yes, we have a class. I said, don't mention my name. You ask one question to the Swamiji. If God is there in my heart, other day I did my chest x-ray, why God photo did not come? The question was, God doesn't reside in your heart as we understand, no. There is no person sitting there. But that within you rather, not within you, which at times gets completely disassociated, disconnected with this external world, with your own body, with your own mind and intellect, with your own concept of you being a man or a woman or a rich or a poor or a fat or a thin or tall or short or this and that. Everything is disconnected. But you are there. You remain there. Can you imagine? Just 1 minute. Think. Was there any time in your life when you were not present? No. That's why we don't have this conception, yes, my parents told me that you are born on this day. I don't have that memory. I exist as if from eternity. We don't have that sense that I started this and I will end this. No. It's a continuous existence. You cannot even think. Try to think that you are dead. You cannot think. Because you really cannot die. Body dies. I remember there was a devotee. These are simple incidents, but it is philosophy to be practicalized. As I told, that you are completely disconnected with your body, mind, intellect, etc. Every day in your deep sleep, you are disconnected with the body. So there was a lady devotee in her late 80s, and she was hospitalized, and as usual in the old age what happens, so she stopped eating. She doesn't feel like eating, she is not able to swallow. So her daughter telephoned to me. I'm talking about 2005-06. Swami, you can come and see her, she has stopped eating. So I said, okay. She is the person who every celebration used to bring so many sweets for all the devotees. Every celebration she will cook 400, 500 pieces of sweet at home. She and her Sri Lankan helper, both together. They used to cook, bring on celebration days. So I went. Such an elderly lady. So I told, why you are not eating? Because he did like this, that I can't swallow. Then she gathered all her energy and loudly asked me in Bengali, will I be alright Ami ki bhalo hobo, like that she told. Then I see, life is this. Coming and going is everywhere happening. We cannot forget what we are learning. So I told, what is there to be alright? You are alright, only body is suffering. And she laughed, ha 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 ha. After one day she passed away. This reminder that it is the body who will suffer. I am not going to suffer. That your everyday experience is not something new. That everyday experience we are now mechanically undergoing. Every day we fall in sleep. We don't go to sleep. You go to bed, but you fall in sleep. You don't sleep. Try from where the sleep comes and how you sleep. Everybody have different experience. I think it starts from the feet. The first feet becomes numb and like that something. We all have different experiences of that. But you suddenly sleep. Can you decide and tell me what time you slept exactly deep sleep? No. You fall into sleep. So that experience has to be utilized. That every day I am disconnected, every day I am pulling up the plug from the socket. No connection with this world, no connection with my any identity, any adjective which I am carrying on my head. Do you think in the deep sleep I am a monk? No. There is no Singapore, there is no India, there is no monkhood, there is no body, there is nothing is there. All adjective about me which I think in my waking state is absent there. And that you are experiencing everybody. Nobody is free from that. We all experience that. That pure consciousness. Shankaracharya very nicely says, in our book you will find this Prata Parabrahma Stotra. In that one line comes. Very beautiful 3 lines, 3 stanza, that stotra, hymn. Pratasmarami. I want to remember this when I wake up. Ridhi Sanspurat Atma Tattvam. That which is in my heart as my self, I. It always exists, Sat. It is not a form of anything. It is form of knowledge, form of idea. Satchit. And everybody is happy in deep sleep. Nobody's deep sleep is a misery. That's why called Ananda. We discussed that time. Paramahansa Gatim. That is the end of your spiritual practices. Not sleep, but to know that Atman. Turiyam. Turiya is 4th. Jagrata, waking state. Dream, Swapna. Deep sleep, Sushupti. And the knowledge of yourself is called 4th. Turiya. Then Shankaracharya writes, who am I then? Yat swapna jagara sushuptyam avaiti nityam. I am going through these 3 states. Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. Waking state, dream state, deep sleep. Again waking, again dream, again deep sleep. Continuously going on. In all of everybody's life, nobody is special. I am that who travels in this 3 states. Tad Brahma, that is Atman, that is Brahman. Nishkalam, it is not made of 2-3 things. No, it is a Nishkala, one item, one knowledge. Nacha Bhuta Sangha. I am not this body-mind complex. Body-mind complex is my object of perception. So here it says, Ajnanena avritam jnanam. Our knowledge is covered with ignorance. Ignorance about the self. Tena muhyanti jantava. And the whole world, every individual is deluded by this. We are all born that. Some with little less, somebody little more. Very, very seldom some people are born with that awareness. Or maybe after a short childhood, they become aware about that. Read the life of some great people. In the childhood itself, without reading any book or scriptures, how the knowledge flows. Everywhere should be, but India is a land of spirituality. We have so many small children. Of course, every religion has. I won't say no, but India we are more familiar, so could be. Child just can walk, has not opened a single book in his life. You have to make him sit not on the chair because you cannot see him, so he will sit on the table. And that 3-4 years old child is asking the audience, on which subject should I speak? 4 years old. So some devotee said, can you speak on Kathopanishad? And that 4 years speaks on Kathopanishad. And he has not seen the book. Okay, today you speak on Bhagavatam. Okay, he speaks on Bhagavatam. 4 years old. Some people are born with that awareness. And they are not considered as Avatara Purusha. No. One kind of prodigy, you can say. There was one place where that particular Swami was very much interested in this kind of children, and he used to invite these children to the ashram, especially during once in a year we have a public celebration, every ashrama. So he used to bring. Some of them now become quite elderly and they are famous also. Think of 5 years, 6 years old child, from where he or she knows, but speaks. Now also there are some children, how much information and knowledge they keep in their brain, I do not know. Definitely they have not read, but they are born with that. Anyway, so we are deluded. When deluded? Deluded at birth. Before your birth, you are part of the mother's body. You are nourished, what mother eats, you are nourished by that. You don't have an individuality up to a certain extent. Maybe last 2-3 months of pregnancy, the child is fully aware. That also many stories are there. Because you don't hear in the modern time, but we have a record in our scriptures. It is our history. The father was a very good scholar. So every day morning, sitting outside his small ashrama or hut, was chanting and reciting scriptures. Wife was pregnant. So wife it's a small place, correct? There used to be small kutia. So the father is chanting outside and wife is pregnant. The child inside the womb of mother corrects the father. You are chanting wrong. We say, these are stories only. Yeah, these are all stories. And when you go to internet, in Japan it is very popular now. It's called prenatal education. When your child is in your womb, after 5 or 6 months of pregnancy, mother goes to the school, not to study, child studies there. So now itself start hearing some music and some basic whatever they want to teach. So the father became angry. You fellow, you have not even come out of your mother's womb and you are correcting me. And out of anger the father cursed him, that you will be born crippled. His own son. The boy was born crippled. His body was crippled, not the brain. He remained the same, not only scholar, but a jnani. Because he was crippled, his name was given Ashtavakra. He was bent 8 places in the body. Every body is bent. So Ashtavakra. Ashtavakra Samhita is so famous. Ashtavakra enters in the court of Janaka. Same Janaka, the father of Mother Sita. Father of Mother Sita, Janaka, this aspect people do not know. Oh, people know that he is a father of Sita. But he was the topmost Brahmajnanis, or the man of knowledge at that time. Big rishis will come and sit under. He is a householder. He is a king. But the rishis will come to him and learn. So there was in his court, so many pandits are there. So many scholars are there. And here enters Ashtavakra. So everybody sitting started laughing. Because he is a crippled man. So he sat in one place. Janaka got up and welcomed him. So these pandits say, why you should get up? He is a crippled man. So he says, okay, let us start the Shastrartha or debate. So Ashtavakra says, you told there are scholars? Where are the scholars? Janaka says, the whole court is full of scholars. No, they are not scholars, they are cobblers. Cobblers means those who do with the leather work. Because they are able to see the leather of my body, not my mind. So you have a court full of cobblers. The first sign of a literate person, even today in our society also, who doesn't judge people how they look. Generally we do. Not good looking means he should not have any qualities. Why? Nothing to do with the body. The mind is so superior. But if somebody is idiot, absolute fool, no good qualities, but very beautiful or handsome, and people worship them, correct? No. Wise people don't see the book by the cover. How appearance is there is one thing. Pleasant appearance, good appearance is all taken for granted. But when they open the mouth, we have seen people absolutely unassuming looking. If that old man walks here, none of you will feel that there is anything special in him. We knew him, so as soon as he entered, I will get up. Hey, so and so has come, keep quiet. Please come, sir, you please come. I will vacate my chair and make him sit here. Such a knowledge. So what that he is unassuming? So wise people cannot see the exterior of the person, must see the good qualities of the person. If you are made of good qualities, it doesn't matter how you look at. Many great people, many great people, very, very simple looking. Now because they are famous, so you say, but no, otherwise you would not have given any value to him or her. So we are born with this. We have a spark of knowledge within, but we are all born extroverts. That famous sloka, I will not repeat again. Paranchikhani Vyatrana Swayambhu, etc. in God Upanishad. We are all born extroverts. So we need to practice this introvertness, meditation, good reading. That ideas will make me introvert. Introvert means to give value to the stuff inside and not the outer cover. Outer cover is good. If it is good, it is good. But that good doesn't remain for a long time. It has its limit. But inside knowledge, the more you spend knowledge, more it increases. All kind of wealth in this world, the more you spend, it reduces. Only Vidyadhanam, the wealth of knowledge, the more you distribute, the more it increases with you. So this is the idea, we shall take it up again. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.